Hey beautiful people, welcome to my channel, The Thought Philosopher, where we talk peace of mind, mental health, and being your best self. Hi my beautiful people, welcome to another episode with me, Masi Anyango, also known as The Thought Philosopher. And today we'll be talking about clutching onto a straw. If you like something, if you learn something, if I just entertain you, kindly like, share, and subscribe. It'll be much appreciated. So let's get right into it. So the saying goes, a drowning man clutches onto a straw. And for the longest time, I was living on survival mode. I was not living at all. I was barely existing. So I was just going through the motions, and I had a few things that kept me from drowning. And to be honest, I literally clutched onto these things with both hands, with all I had, because I knew I had to stay alive to see the other side of my situation. So today we'll be talking about some of the straws that we clutch on when we're going through a tough phase in life, and why we should not feel ashamed of clutching onto the straws, and just to make us aware that sometimes we are in survival mode and we need some things to help us get by. Some of the things I'll mention are not exactly societal. But they're necessary, and depending on how you use anything can be both negative and positive depending on how you use it. But during survival mode, and when we're clutching, when we're drowning, when we're clutching onto some things, even the most positive thing can become negative. So the first thing that we clutch on when we're in survival mode is people, other people. And if you have someone that is keeping you alive, that is your lifeline, you wake up because of this person. It might be your child, might be a friend, might be a romantic partner, might be a sibling. But if this is the person that is keeping you going, then you need to cherish this person and keep them close. They don't have to know that they are your lifeline at this point, but you might be in such a bad place that the only reason that you keep waking up is because of how this person treats you, or who they are in your life. And as much as we should not use other people or have other people as our lifelines, at times we are in such a dark, destroyed place that anything that keeps us going is a good thing. So if you are at a point where you are clutching onto another human being as your lifeline, then you should not feel ashamed of it, as long as you are not using, abusing, or misusing them. If they are just the reason why you are going or why you keep going, then that is a good thing. The other straw that we clutch on usually when we're drowning is work, gym, or any other physical activity. So sometimes you can see someone and you think they're overworking, or you want to call them a workaholic, or you see that they're going to the gym too much, or they're running too much, or they're just invested in an activity too much. It's because they're in survival mode, and this activity is the only thing that is waking them up. It's the only thing that is keeping them going. So if you're in a phase where whatever you're doing is the only thing keeping you alive, once again, do not be ashamed of it. This activity is the only thing that is keeping you going during this phase. So cherish it, and do not attack yourself. Do not bring yourself down because you're a workaholic, or because you're going to the gym too much, or because you're running too much, or you're cooking too much. Whatever it is that you're doing that is keeping you alive to see better days should be something that you are proud of. And I'll put proud in quotes because it is not exactly pride in this case in a positive way, but it is something that is keeping you alive. And just for that, then it is something that needs to be appreciated. So if you find yourself doing a task all the time, but it is one thing that is keeping you going, please keep doing it. The third thing that we clutch on when we're drowning is substances. And substances here, it can be coffee, tea, it can be snacks, it can be fast foods, it can be healthy foods, it can be detoxing juices, it can be alcohol, it can be cigarettes, it can be other drugs. The point is that this substance is literally the only thing keeping you going. You wake up to drink your coffee. It's like the only thing that you look forward to. And if someone removes it, you will literally just not want to be alive. So if this substance is what is keeping you going and it is what you are clutching on at this time, then do not be ashamed of it. If you were overeating, if you were oversleeping, if you're overindulging in whatever it is, but it is the one thing that is keeping you alive, then at that moment in time, that thing is your saving grace. It is the one thing that is making you keep going. So to you, this is a topic about internal, the self. So to you, you're the only one who understands that this thing is the only thing keeping you going. And if it is brought out by other people, it is not on you to start explaining to them. It is just for you to know that the reason why you're behaving like this, or the reason why you're using too much of this, or the reason why you're always at work, always at the gym, is because this is the only thing keeping you going at this particular time in your life. So if you're clutching onto a substance and people are saying you're eating too much, or you're not eating at all, or you're drinking too much water, coffee, whatever it is, deep down you know that that is the only thing that is giving you motivation, is the only thing keeping you alive. And most people like to bring each other down as humans because someone is overindulging in a specific thing, but we never know why. And most of the time it's because this person is in survival mode and this might be the only thing keeping them going. So if that is the case for you, then just at the back of your mind know that you are staying alive, and that in itself is it's more than amazing, because sometimes it's hard just to wake up, it's hard to keep going, and so many people have made that brave decision to end it all. So if you keep waking up and you're waking up and you keep going, and it's because of this thing or this person or this activity, then you should not at all feel bad. Do not crucify yourself for surviving, because at that time in your life, then that is what you need to be doing. But I want to close out this topic with just the most important part, which is that a lifeboat and a life jacket always appear. So if you are drowning and those are the straws that you're clutching on, just the simple fact that you're clutching onto something means you want to keep going. It's showing that you really do want to keep living. You just maybe don't know how to, or you're going through something. So when you're drowning and you're clutching to a straw, just always remember at the back of your mind that a lifeboat always appears, a life jacket always appears. Do not let go of the straw, whatever it is, however bad society thinks it is. If it is what is keeping you alive, do not let go of that straw until the lifeboat or the life jacket appears. I do understand that some people do indulge and it ends up killing them. That is a whole different story. That is not in any way what I am suggesting or what I am talking about. I am just talking from a perspective where you are waiting for a lifeboat. At the back of your mind, you do know you're waiting for a lifeboat. You do know you want your circumstance to change. You do know you want your reality to change. But in the moment, you just don't know how to yet, or you are really, really in a bad place. So don't let go of the straw until a lifeboat appears or a life jacket appears, and I guarantee it always does. So that, remember, do not be ashamed of your straws. Do not be ashamed when you're drowning. Do not be ashamed of what is keeping you alive and what is keeping you going. So thank you for joining me in yet another episode. Yeah, if you learned something, if you like something, just like hearing the sound of my voice, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Be much appreciated. See you guys on the next video.